but thank God say Mayegun don't come. So my people make you lie down, yo yo. Mayegun don't come, oh yo yo. My people make we shout, oh yo yo. Mayegun don't come, oh yo yo. Mayegun don't come, man of the masses, oh yo yo. Mayegun don't come, oh yo yo. Mayegun diary politico, oh yo yo. Mayegun don't come, oh yo yo. This one not day of in mind, oh yo yo. Mayegun don't come, oh yo yo. Person where they do evil, no one make person talk. Them say that Mayegun, that man too they talk. He too they talk. Say Mayegun diary, he dey hot like pepper. But every day then they take money in bulk. Woman picking, they the street they hawk. Still them talk say make we no talk. But thank God say Mayegun don't come. So my people make you laugh, oh yo yo. Mayegun don't come, oh yo yo. My people make you shout, oh yo yo. Mayegun don't come, oh yo yo. Mayegun don't come, man of the masses, oh yo yo. Mayegun don't come.
Hello there.
Mayegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Mayegun diary, Mayegun number one.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to you from wherever you are watching from. This is Mayegun Live.
Mayegun ti dé o, ọ̀rẹ́ ará ìlú. Mayegun diary, Mayegun number one. Lórí Facebook, lórí YouTube. Mayegun diary, Mayegun number one.
Thank you for joining me. Share the broadcast.
Àṣírí ọ̀jẹ̀lú kì í kó níbẹ̀ o. Bó bá ṣe eré, àní Mayegun máa wí.
Àwọn jẹ́ àwọn ọmọ wa tí wọ́n ní iṣẹ́ dáadáa lọ́wọ́ tó jẹ́ pé inú wa sì dùn wípé Ọlọ́run bùkún ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ wọn ti bá ọkàn wọn dá májẹ̀mú wípé ní agbára Ọlọ́run by 2000 AD òmìnira máa dé fúnlẹ̀ káàrọ̀ òmìnira. Èmi sì mọ̀ dájú wípé Ọlọ́run Oòduà, Ọlọ́run Ọ̀rànmíyàn, Ọlọ́run Ọbáfẹ́mi Awólọ́wọ̀, Ọlọ́run Adékúnlé Ajáṣí amúwadé ilẹ̀ tuntun náà nígbì tí ẹ̀gbin ìyà àti ìrẹ́jẹ kò ní sí fún ọmọ káàárọ̀ òjíire mọ́.
Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì.
Mayegun ti dé. Thank you.
Mayegun ti dé. Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn rákì. Mayegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Mayegun ti dé. Lórí Facebook.
Thank you so much for joining me. Share the broadcast. Invite your friends. Invite your not so friendly friends. After that, drop your offering. After dropping your offering, read the caption and the description of this broadcast. Look at where you can also make your own contribution. I'll say, thank you for joining me. Share the broadcast.
Ọlọ́pàá tí ń darí bá.
Thank you.
Ayé ẹ̀sùn láti. Aṣòfin tí ń rúfin òwò. Ayé ẹ̀sùn láti.
I'm sharing the broadcast. You should do the same.
Ayé ẹ̀sùn láti. Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn láti. Ayé ẹ̀sùn láti.
Thank you. And to my friends who are joining me either on Facebook or YouTube, just do your best and share the broadcast before you settle down. It is how you can possibly let others know. Lately, I have been receiving a kind of less, recommendation for my Facebook due to limitation and all of that stuff. We are used to that, and you can join me on my YouTube channel. That too. Somehow we are doing fine there, and you can join us. So tonight, let me read a caveat on Mayegun's diary political. I don't like the Nigeria politicians, and I don't pretend about it. Okay? I don't like them, and I've given my reasons. And I have legitimate reasons, like my friends here. And I don't pretend about it. Also, I am very, very, very biased to the politicians in Nigeria, past, present, and the future. So I don't look forward to being their friend. I don't look forward to being in their good book, bad book, or whatever book or anything they do. Wherever they stand, I will stand opposite it until when they begin to start. That is if they ever, that's me. If they ever have to come back to line and listen to the sense of reasoning and stop this bloodbath altogether, agree on the process of breaking up of the Nigeria, then maybe we can be on the same page. So I'm very biased against them, okay? So don't come on to Mayegun's diary to expect any fair treatment of any Nigerian politician. Igbo, Yoruba, Hausa, Fulani, Egun, Idoma, Ijo. I don't give a damn. To me, they all look the same. And because of that, I am very, very biased towards them. So don't feel like you're going to get anything other than, apart from the truth, anything other than serious bashing on Mayegun's diary political. So that is why it is better for you to know what you are getting yourself involved in before you waste your time here. Don't raise your expectation. The reason why I talk more about the APC, Egbekegbe, is because they are in charge of Nigeria right now. They are responsible for every goddamn thing going on in that place today. And I would never be part of those that will give excuse for them. And I've always been very clear. When you trash APC, Egbekegbe, PDP, people destroying people, people deceiving people, they will never be an alternative. I have said that many times. So I hope this helps, so that you don't come here and say, this Mayegun, why don't you say the good things they do? They have no good things they've done in my book. Do you understand that? Because in my own book, when politicians do anything that looks like good for you, if you look critically into it, you have been scammed. 100%. Yes. And that is why in my own book, no single Nigerian politician will have anything real good with me. But mind you, when I see policy, because to me, the reason why Nigeria is what Nigeria is today, and the reason why Nigeria is breaking apart today, is because there is no single policy in that country that is tailored towards the benefit of the generality of the people. Never one. It's always tailored towards a particular agenda, and that is why in the long run it never serves any real larger purpose other than the minute few. So to me, but if I see them do something like policy-wise, for example, let me give you one example, because I'm not really a sadist or a blind man, and you know what? No. When in Oyo State, the policy of free and quality education was introduced by the governor that is there right now, I was personally impressed, not because of the announcement, but because of the policy formation towards it, which means if it is sustained, even that will outlive whoever put that in place, because it will impact it will impact the life of an average or your resident in a large way, bigger way. To me, that is positive, policy-wise, not Father Christmas, Almajiri style. Give us food, we are hungry. Oh yeah, take. Oh, we are starving, give us food, take. No. Policy makes government, to me. So, when they pretend to do anything nice, just be a little bit curious, because it is indeed probably covered with, what do you call it? The wars of the wars that will eventually defeat the intention, so to say. So to me, Omayegun is very political. I am not their friend. I don't have an expectation of them. I don't want you to have an expectation of them. I don't want you to expect me to be in a little way nicer to any of them, because I know primarily that Nigerians they have chosen their, or should I put it this way? Nigerians love their oppressors differently. Nigerians love their thieves differently. That is why when you see them tear themselves apart in public on behalf of their own thieving oppressors, they will be giving instances of how this one is better than that one. My own thief is better than your own thief. Who is your own thief? Ah, my own thief is Thief Numbu. Oh, who is your own thief? My own thief is Atifku. Right? They say, oh, Atifku is better. Oh, Thief Numbu is better. That is what Nigeria is. I know that. And I know my audience very well. And I just want my audience to know me too. I don't like them. And all their friends, all their supporters, sellers, food soldiers, online, offline, they don't really like me too. And there's no hard feeling. And that is why when they bring tribe, when they bring religion, when they bring class into political conversation, I continually tell you, you should be what? You should always be beyond that, because these are the primary things, distractions that they use to get you hooked on falsehood that probably leads to nowhere, as always. So I've told you, when we are talking about politics, when we are talking about politicians, then we are talking about policies. All these things affect you directly, whether you like politics or not, whether you are involved in politics or not. It doesn't really matter whether you vote in an election or not. Politics, politicians, and their policies. This is what they do. This, combination of all this, right, is what affects you more than what they will tell you religion does to you. And that is why when we want to hold the criminal politicians that are responsible for their actions, right, we would not be distracted by tribe, by religion, by ethnic, by class, by every other sundry nonsense that they always play with to distract us. You get that now? So we are beyond that. Recognizing criminal politicians and what they have done in the past, present, that has affected a lot, indeed, that has now pictured the country, Nigeria, the poverty capital of the world, also the the terrorist capital of Africa, the vice what do you call the vice president of the most terrorized people in the whole world. This whole accolade, this whole certificate were brought upon Nigeria in the last 7 years. If any of you die of any insecurity today, it is as a result of the failure of APC, Egbekegbe. And the reason why I said that we are beyond tribal, religious, ethnic, and every other stupid things they used to tell you that, oh, is it because he's an Awusa man? Oh, is it they hate him because he's a Fulani man? Oh, they don't like him because he's a Yoruba man. Oh, they hate him so much because he's an Igbo man. I don't want you to be in that bracket. You should leave that bracket of people who are thinking like that. Because those are the foot soldiers who give excuses for the criminals who are responsible for every goddamn thing that has gone wrong with Nigeria that brought you to this stage. PDP is not your alternative because you know there is no difference between them, right? But when you want to hold anyone responsible for the calamity happening to you today, the division, the bloodshed, the kidnapping, the corruption, don't let anybody use any excuse to distract you. Maybe it is how God wanted. That's a lie. Oh, maybe, it's because the Yorubas are this or that. The Igbos are this. Don't let anybody play that card with you. And once you kind of pass that stage, trust me, you will see things clearly as they are. And that will clearly help you, right, to decide on what direction do you want to take your emotion, because that's the last thing they steal from you. It is the first thing they deprive you of, and it's the last thing they will take away from you, your emotion. And they always kind of get them by appealing to your tribe. Remember, he's a Yoruba man. You don't need to talk like that. We know they are all the same. Igbo people will never say same of their leaders. Hausa will never say the same of their leaders. We know all these people are criminals, but they are our criminals, they are Yorubas. Once you are no longer swayed by those lies, your emotional intelligence is what? Is superb. And I bet many of us actually have that emotional intelligence to this point. Do not be emotionally blackmailed to support the rogues and what they stand for simply because they speak your language, simply because they worship in the same worship house, the same, because they probably look like you. That doesn't mean that there isn't like you. And once you pass that stage as well, like I said, you will be at par with Mayegun's line of thinking. My own line of thought, so to say, has to do with how does politics affect me? And what is the consequences of having rogues making policies for you? The consequences of that is, first, they take the power from you. Second, they demoralized you by every tool of their government policy, weaken you, and then they will subject you to their whim and caprices for the rest of your life if you feel comfortable in that slavish condition. It works that way when they take the sovereignty from you because it belongs to you, right? And then they decided to economically, through their policies, let me break that down for you as well. Policies is what makes people poor. It is not the village people. It is not the evil spirits. It is not because you are a sinner. You are not poor because you have sinned or you inherited the sins of your fathers. No, that is where they use religion to manipulate you. And as Nigeria is, for those who have studied Nigeria very, very well, right? Nigeria is a place where victims are blamed for the crime of their aggressors. They take it away from you through their policies. They give you terrible education. They miseducate. They miseducated us, so that we would never have enough material to challenge them and their brutality, corruption, incompetence, and what have you. They miseducated us. Millions of us got a terrible kind of education that would never get us employed anywhere, not even in a water factory. And that is deliberate. They said that a nation that trains youth is going to be a great nation. Educated nation is expected to be a great nation. So when they give you terrible education, adulterated education, an education that lacks a substance or history, something that could connect you to make you feel like you have a country, and all that you read about, it's going to be about the criminals, genocidists, bunch of code-hearted animals who have written different histories about themselves, how they lifted millions out of poverty because they just existed. They changed your history, miseducated you, and at the end of the day, put you in that servitude position that you would never have enough courage. A population of 200 million that have no courageous people who could challenge the rogues, parading themselves, as successful leaders or politicians, so to say. Just like Tifnumbu, we have an army of unemployable younger people in Nigeria today, and courtesy of those who who set the rules, those who laid down the policies, those who were supposed to build a very country where everyone is at least economically stable to some extent, not breeding the army of dependents, the army of beggars, the army of Hoshians, the possible army of terrorists that will continue to escalate insecurity, or in the nooks and crannies of the country, so to say. This is the legacy of those who have ruled Nigeria and those who ruled Nigeria in the last 7 years. The result of this is that it has brought more economic hardship, ruin. It has brought more killings, death. It has brought more displacement, refugees. It has brought in more corrupt people, emboldened that they would never be held accountable for all of their actions. So last 7 years I've seen that, and then these rogues are grouping together again in the country called the poverty capital of the world. APC, Egbekegbe, will sell their presidential form, interest form, for 100 million naira. And to the average Nigerians who could barely afford 1,000 naira a day, to them it is all right. It's not a meme. The money bags who stole your money all these years, this is the time for them to flex it. The poverty level they have created. Look at it this way. Normally, you shouldn't be so concerned about what they do in there if there is a system that takes care of that. However, the trick of rogues like them, coming forward to say, we are going to buy the form for you, is another deceit that many call the, result of long time, no, there's a word for it, long time service to humanity. According to these foot soldiers, who have always been very much waiting for their turn for after their own ancestors are gone, right? According to them, yeah, it is progressive in nature for them to raise 100 million naira. And then, we've seen the trick before, haven't we? That's not even the reason why we are having this chat. The reason why we're having the chat is that let's start from the calamity of these rogues.
And then those who are angling that they were going to tell me they are going to take over from where Bokwari is going to stop. First, Bokwari came out just 2 days ago, and he said that people are forgetful, that many Nigerians don't remember things, or they quickly forget things. According to him, if not because he came in, Nigeria would have become history by now. That looters would have looted everywhere by now. And then Nigeria would have, all manner of things that many of you are just not appreciative. And it's so unfortunate. Now, can we just try and say we are not forgetful? Now, Bokwari and gang are suffering from dementia. But if they are suffering from dementia or suffering from a selective amnesia, at least we are not. And if their own mugus continue to put the wool over their own eyes, we are not one of them, and we will never be part of them. And our effort is to ensure that many people who they have put this wool over their eyes are never dragged down their own rabbit hole again. We are going to take the wool off. APC, Egbekegbe, destroyed Nigeria. APC, Egbekegbe, exposed the lie about Nigeria. APC, Egbekegbe, proved that Nigeria would never work. Because prior to APC, Egbekegbe, when the Boko Haram was spreading in northern Nigeria, northeast to be precise, Nigeria has 36 states and the Federal Capital Territory. Nigeria has 6 geopolitical zones with 774 local government areas. The Boko Haram was domiciled in northeast, one of the geopolitical zones. At the time, they were controlling about 4 local government areas. On the day of handing over to these criminals, there was no single local government area or town controlled by any terrorist, the Boko Haram, ever on record. To ensure of that, Goodluck Egbere Jonathan postponed the 2015 election, if you remember, when they handed over to these criminals, these rogues who promised heaven and earth, who are now giving hell and God knows what again to these Nigerians. There was no single place controlled by Boko Haram. Fast forward that. Hang on. When these rogues were about to take power in 2015, Nigerian Army, DSS, and the Nigeria government under Goodluck Egbere Jonathan, they had about 183 arrested and facing prosecution terrorists, Boko Haram members who were being prosecuted for their crimes, including Kabiru Sokoto. Now, fast forward to 7 years after, northeast of Nigeria, Borno, which was handed over to Boko Haram and APC, Egbekegbe. Borno has witnessed over 800 terrorist attacks in the last 7 years alone. It shock you? Don't pretend that it shock you, because some of you that's why they said you are very, very forgetful. Not only Borno, today, 27 local government areas in Borno State, only just about 4 or 5 is currently under the control of the Nigerian government. I am not joking. This is real in 7 years. Now, it is no longer just in the northeast anymore. The terrorists have now kind of metamorphosed into others too. We now have what would they call the bandits, the Fulani terrorists, and the other, ISWAP too. Different terrorist groups have now taken position across northern Nigeria, eastern Nigeria, western Nigeria, and the Niger Delta region. In 7 years, the Nigerian military, they have lost, under this Boko government, the Nigerian military alone, put it this way, the Nigerian soldiers that have died in the last 7 years alone have been over 7,000. I'm not making this up. You can go online and read them right now. Over 7,000 personnel have died in 7 years. There was a time that in 3 months alone, in 3 months, over 1,422 soldiers were killed by a combination of Boko Haram, Fulani bandits, the bandits, and different kind of terrorist group in northern Nigeria. In 7 years, we have seen Kabiru Sokoto released. And today, the man that was behind the Madala bombing, the Christmas bombing of Abuja, you remember, who was standing trial for that terrorist act. In 7 years, the guy don't born 2 children. The talk said the guy is now suing Nigeria for illegal detention. That is, they detained him for so long. Yeah? And is suing Nigeria for billions of naira after killing over 20 people. You remember that story? Now, the guy don't give him own wife belle a few times, and he was supposed to be in jail. Rather than prosecute terrorists, Boko Haram's government opened a policy called Operation Safe Corridor. There is no law that backed it. There is no act of National Assembly that backed it. Nothing. Just the idea of Boko Haram and which is Inshallah and vibes, or vibes and Inshallah. Terrorists are getting field day. They are getting paid. It became the policy of Boko Haram's government that governors in northern Nigeria, Zamfara, there was never terrorism act in Zamfara until this APC, Egbekegbe, came. Now that APC, Egbekegbe, is in Zamfara, Zamfara is now a death zone. Benue slaughtered people in their thousands and all of that. This spread to Sokoto, the headquarters of ISWAP today. This spread to Niger. Niger state, as we speak, is where Abdul Salami Abubakar come from. Is where Babangida, Ibrahim Badamasi Babangida come from. This is those who brought and tailored the journey of Nigeria to this, to this end, as we are currently seeing, right? Niger State has witnessed the worst of terrorism attack under this APC. Egbekegbe, they have their own hundreds of thousands of refugees from Niger State who are currently living in different parts of northern Nigeria as refugees, begging to leave as we speak. So, the Niger State is where the headquarters of Turuji, Kaduna, they exposed the hypocrisy of the Nigerian security agents, the Nigeria security agents who have always been, especially the military, the DSS, the police, and the rest of them, who have been bragging that, the sovereignty of Nigeria can never be traded. They will die protecting Nigeria. They will do this and that. If anybody say, let us go and protest, soldiers will say, shoot and kill them. They want to destroy Nigeria. Blah, 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 blah. It is under this APC, Egbekegbe, that the exposure came to light. That everything they have, all of those super starched uniforms, all those ranks they put on their shoulders, every of those decorations that make them look sparkling clean, with their superb photographer that always take their pictures whenever they are going to see the Kolu, the breeding mannequin inside the asshole rock. It is so obvious that they got all those ranks from killing their fellow supposed Nigerians. They have no capacity to protect or defend this sovereign or integrity of Nigeria.
territorial sovereignty of Nigeria. Do you understand that? Bokwari exposed that. You may probably never paid attention. This is a ruined, tattered, destroyed country that they are paying 100 million naira to buy form to become president, 50 million naira to be governor, 20 million naira to be senator, 10 million naira to be rep member, 2 million naira to be House of Assembly member. Because after religion in Nigeria, politics is the next most lucrative business. There is a difference. Politics is going to make you a lot of money, but if you're able to open your own business center called church or mosque or any other worship center in Nigeria, where people who are running away from the bashing, the bullying, the abuses, the corruption of the political class, they can run into your temple for survival, for prayer, for God favor, to favor them more than their neighbors and the rest of them. That can be generational. You know that if you open a church, for example, that can be generational. But in politics, you make a lot. But in the, you know what I mean, Sha? After religion, politics is the most lucrative business in Nigeria, a country that is in tatters. A defenseless country, a country without a defense. General, colonel. These are people who never fought any war to defend Nigeria. Never. They fought and killed their fellow citizens who rose against those who are in political office or in power. That is how these guys got all those ranks. Bokwari exposed them, no be me. It was under Bokwari. Before they would say, hey, you better be careful if they bring in soldiers now. Hey, if they bring soldiers, hey, me, I don't want to allow. If they bring soldiers now, everybody, they will. Oh boy. Now, ragtag terrorists that have been invading military, not military checkpoint, military bases all over the Kaduna. Under Bokwari, we see soldier they run. I saw soldier run anyway under Jonathan. Where soldier run enter mountain. Oh boy, we thought say because Jonathan na civilian. That's what they told them. Now civilian. They can't break one breeding money queen scammer. Person where we say talk say no get money to buy form in 2015. The Mughals started donating 500, 1,000, 200, 500, 3,000, 10,000, 100,000. Many of those who donated money for Bokwari to buy form, believing that if Bokwari comes in, it's going to be a Robin Hood. It will take all the money stolen from them from the looters, and Bokwari is going to channel the money and give it to them. And they will start having good life. They contributed their money. I don't care if Buhari slap my father. Even if Buhari kill my father, I will still support him. He's the man of hope. He's the blah, 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 blah. Now, so they scam all of them. People will contributed money for Bokwari to buy form, APC form in 2000 and 2015. The people today that they do, Baba do giveaway. I feel see urgent 2K. Baba, I won't die. Baba, I don't lose my job. Baba, I don't feel pay school fees again. Oh, Baba, everything done land. Oh, Baba also is on strike. Oh, I don't know when I go graduate. All of them are lamenting today. And some bobo are also out to say they want to be president of a defenseless country. Are you not seeing what I am seeing? And the tone of one of my aunties. God bless her. God bless her soul. Are you not seeing what I am seeing? You know, get military if it defend you. Soldiers, everybody, they pick race. And the terrorists will walk in straight up. Pack all the guns, pack all of that. Right before your eyes, oh. ISWAP, Boko Haram, Fulani terrorists, they have armor personnel carrier. Una never see, say they don't mugu you, or you don't subscribe to this mugu nation, and you are expecting something different. No, be you be that? They are buying form to be. I mean, are they thinking? It's because nobody give a damn. Nigeria is turn by turn. Nigeria Limited. Now all of una be the stock.
one Nigeria and one Nigeria and one Nigeria. We need to work around our unity. Work on which unity? That they use you trade. That they use you trade Bitcoin, NFT. That they mint you. That's what they are doing. Buy form. Oh yeah, move buy form for Kolu. Tinubu is coming to give you a country without bandits. Who gave you the country of bandits in the first place? Who gave you bandit country? Have you asked yourself, I will give you a country of no bandits. Hey, thank you. Who gave you the country of bandits before? No be them. They said they will continue from where Bokwari is stopping. And from those of us who have been very much following the political situation in Nigeria and the collusion of those in government with the terrorists who have been kind of elusive to the authorities, because it is deliberate that they will continue to be elusive. They will continue never to be caught for real. And if they are ever caught, they will always be pardoned. The same Bokwari knows that somebody must come in to protect those secrets. They need trusted people to protect what they have done. Bokwari said he doesn't want to go to criminal courts in The Hague. He doesn't want to spend the rest of his life in jail. As we speak, they are now partnering with ICC investigators because of the atrocities they have committed. You may not know it. It may not be so popular in Nigeria, but the ICC are in Nigeria right now. And for those of us who know how to track them, we have seen them met with Pastor Ruga, talking about the human rights abuses, extrajudicial killing, and the current genocide going on in eastern Nigeria. The ICC team are in Nigeria right now. And that is why Pastor Ruga made the statement that, they will work with ICC. And also, the reason why they have not used the Super Tucano jet to shoot the terrorists kidnapping and killing in northern Nigeria is because they don't want Bokwari to be arrested after his tenure and be taken straight to The Hague, where he's going to be tried for using Tucano jet to shoot terrorists. But they are using their fighter jet to bomb down Olu, to shoot down innocent people. Their soldiers are committing a serious genocide in eastern Nigeria. They have been doing it since 2016. In one of those horrible times, which I'm going to try and remind you of, a quick one. Let me see if I see have it here anyway. So in one of those horrible times where they shot at people who were praying at a remembrance venue for their lost loved ones, right? Let me see, I think it's this one.
The Nigerian government has its own way of dealing with peaceful gatherings it doesn't like.
They started shooting us, killing our brothers. Over 10 of them were lying dead there.
The army is trained to kill and not to police.
So that was a while back. Sorry, I've got a stretch of it, but I just want to give you a snippet just to remind some of you. So ICC is in Nigeria right now, and the government of Bokwari, they are planning to to pollute them and kill them and other stuff. So they will need somebody to cover their ass with what they have done. Okay? And as we speak, we have already been told we would never have the chance whatsoever, but
which is none of our business, so to say. At the end of the day, it will still be our business at some point. But the fact that we know those who are never going to have that chance, Tifnumbu is one of them. And indeed, we are looking forward to that too, right? So some guys came out today. They said somebody from Kirby, Alaji, Honorable something. Let me see if I get the name again. I'll try and find the name. His name is Aminu Suleiman. So APC met a few days ago. I think it's about 2 days ago. And they decided that they are going to sell their presidential form. Before I even come back to that form again, talking about the atrocities and the calamities of these rogues. Today, they have done so enough damage, if not terrible damages, to your Naira. When these guys came in 2015, your Naira to $1 was then 199.